with Omar. Special guest today, Curtis Quow. Correct?
Yep, you got it.
Curtis and I met recently through a friend. This is the first time we're meeting physically in person. That's your camera right there, brother.
Okay, I see it. There you go. All right.
And,
this is my camera.
So Curtis and I have a lot of similarities I want to discuss with him. I saw in your biography that you used to be a lender.
Yeah, I used to work at a bank. Yes,
all right.
correct.
So what did you do there?
So I used to be what was it called? MSR, member service representative.
Okay.
So what I'll do there is I'll open up savings accounts, checking accounts, CDs.
Where was that, in the Manhattan or Brooklyn?
It was in Long Island.
In Long Island. Okay.
Yeah.
So you originally from Long Island?
No, I went to school in Long Island.
So where are you usually from?
Brooklyn.
Okay.
Born and raised in Brooklyn.
What part?
Flatbush.
Flatbush.
Well, they call it Lefferts Garden now.
Lefferts Garden?
PLG.
It's too real. Flatbush is too real. So I picked up a nice girl in Brooklyn, my wife. So yeah, Brooklyn's a good place to me.
Okay.
20 years later, we good. We still good.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah,
20 years strong. Congrats.
Right there, baby. It's right there. All right, so CRM, and then how did you get into, well, first of all, you speak Spanish because you're Venezuelan and from Barbados?
Trinidad, yeah.
My bad. All right, so people, if they talk Spanish about you, you'll know what they're saying.
Oh, man, I stay low key with it, and if I hear something, I'll be like, yep.
¿Qué pasó?
Yep.
All right, and now you're working for the Corcoran Group.
Yes.
Is that the first real estate company you ever worked for?
Mm-mm.
All right, so let's talk about that. First of all, how did you get into real estate?
So in the beginning, I was a party promoter first.
Okay.
And then
This is right after college, or just give a timeline?
So after college, I went into banking.
Okay.
And then from there, I had some free time on my hands.
Right.
Then
So
I
9 to
started
5.
9 to 5, so
Yeah.
I started throwing parties.
Okay. Where were they? In Brooklyn?
Manhattan.
Okay.
Manhattan.
Any clubs that I would know? I'm a little older, but I might know.
Amnesia. Club
Okay.
Amnesia.
Okay.
Marquee.
I've heard Marquee. Yeah.
Clubhouse, Guest House, Club Home.
That was on the west side? Okay. I know that place too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. And 760 Rooftop.
All right, you showing off now. How many years you did that for?
I did that for about like, I want to say 5 or 6 years.
5 or 6 years. All right, and the money was good.
Money was good, tax-free money.
Right.
So I took initiative. I went to buy my first property.
Okay.
At 26.
Okay.
So when I did that, I was intrigued by how the broker showed me around.
Did you have a good experience?
Yeah, it was a good experience.
Okay.
I mean, he only showed me 3 properties, but it was good.
Right. Okay.
It was good enough to get me
You bought one.
to buy one.
All right. Okay.
So from there, when we was at the closing table, everybody signing documents, and I kind of looked over at his check. I'm like, wait a minute, you only showed me 3 properties. That's your check?
What was the check? I mean, it was a long time ago.
It was like 20,000.
Okay. All right.
So I was like, no.
3 trips. That's $6,800, but more or less per house showing, right? Like,
Listen,
that's not bad. Yeah.
I was like, no. I
gotta get into that.
I don't want to sell bottles anymore. I want to sell houses.
Right.
So
the numbers are bigger. The numbers.
Yeah, and it's easier. I mean, you're not chasing nobody to get bottle deposits and getting people at the door.
Right. I got you. Okay, and it's more formal, it's more business, more professional. Yeah.
And I also like the way he dressed.
Okay. Yeah, I see the way you look. Thank you for coming on the show so well dressed. I love it. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Problem. Thank you.
I don't know what happened to me. I think I dress for the occasion sometimes, but I feel like I'm home. So
yeah. I was gonna dress like that too, but
next time,
I'm gonna dress down.
Next time. Yeah, absolutely. Come back. Come. This is my house. This
is the first one. We're gonna do
the first
more
of many. Yeah, the first of many. What's the show, bro? All right. So how did you get to Corcoran Group? Because I own a real estate company myself.
Right.
So I love to hear the other cultures. I love to hear the other stories.
No, definitely. So once I bought the property, I started doing some research on how to become a licensed agent.
Okay.
And then one of my friends, he had a cousin that used to work at Douglas Elliman in Harlem.
DE. Yeah.
So once I got my license, I reached out to her to see if I could join her team.
Okay.
And then from there we just
So you did join a team?
Yeah, we joined the team.
Okay.
Yeah, I joined the team.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. In Harlem.
In Harlem.
Okay.
On 100, I want to say 114th and Frederick Douglass.
Okay. I know the area.
So from there, I was worked with her for about a year and a half.
Okay.
Did a few buildings there, like condo deals there.
Yeah. How was the training there?
Good question. It wasn't. It's a lot. I mean, it was okay.
Okay.
It wasn't hands-on.
Let me tell you why I ask these questions, FYI, because I'm going through a transition right now. I'm going from the number one option. I use the sports analogies all the time. From being the ultimate scorer to now training my team. So I feel it's it's challenging because you're used to just doing shit, and now I'm trying to explain it, and I gotta wait because usually it's done. Yeah.
See, the thing is, as I look at it as basketball athletes, right?
Right.
You know, Michael Jordan, you know, Kobe Bryant. Some of those guys aren't really good coaches. So
Michael's the worst basketball businessman in the world. Greatest ball player, worst businessman in the world. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So that transition of competitiveness and transition that into your, you know, to your team, the greatest coaches know how to tap into their, you know, to their team.
Yeah.
So
I'm learning that. That's what I'm doing right now. That's what I'm going through. Yeah.
So you'll get it. You'll
trying,
get it.
I'm
It just
trying,
takes a little time. You gotta take off the competitive hat.
No, it's not even about that. It's just because what happens is I'm used to being an owner operator so much for like, I mean, I'll age myself right now. I've been doing this since 05.
Wow.
And I've been the number one option since 05. And now this year's goal, right? Last year, the goal was to hit 7 figures in my lending platform, which I did. This year's goal, just so you know, and for everybody in the internet to know, is for my real estate platform to outperform my other 2 platforms.
Wow.
That's my goal. Like, if I make it a goal, it's gonna happen. So that I have to invest my time in my team because it can't just be me, right?
No, you need to, you know, the order for you to win, you got to make sure everybody could own and, you know, could operate at the same level as you, so you could expand more.
Right. So that's my goal this year, and I had told my wife that yesterday. She goes, "Really? That's the goal. The goal is for the real estate platform to outperform every other platform. And if the other platform did 7 figures last year, that means that's a big goal, and I'm all about it."
Commend you on that. No, that's a good goal.
Thank you. I'm all about that. But the way I train is, you know, I give them the client. They do the hustling with the showing the properties. I help them negotiate with them with the deals, the other side. I let them be the face with the client, even though they're my clients. I let them be the face, and they run with it, and it's working out well. Because if there's like let's say a very difficult decision to be made, we get on a call together.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but the most of it, I let them run, and they're doing. I have 2 in particular doing very well like that.
Oh no, that's good. That's good. I think it's very important to not hold their hand, but let them know that they have support.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
They know I'm there. They know I'm there, and that's they'll be like one time he was like, "Yo, I don't feel comfortable with that conversation with the other guy." I was like, "I got you. Let's get on a conference call." Yeah,
I always tell that, and that's one thing I do with one of my colleagues at Corcoran is we've been together for about 5-6 years now. His name is Kevin McNeil. He's been in the business for over 35 years.
Wow. Okay.
And you know, I could always get on a call with him. Hey, listen, you know, this client is saying this, or you know, I need you to jump on this, because sometimes co-signing or hearing it from your
third voice,
give that person confirmation.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And sometimes I've been in situations where I'm in a deal, and you know, one of my teammates wouldn't help me with a situation. They kind of like, kill the deal. At the end of the day, you don't want to kill a deal.
No. We get paid to close. We don't get paid to kill. You know what I'm saying? We get paid to close deals.
And also, the client feels more confident now. Like, oh wow, it's not just you. You have a supporting team around you.
Right. That's the big thing that I'm trying to create. Right. Before, I mean, some clients, you know, I'm a little ahead of you in the real estate game where I've been doing this longer. Some clients, like I have certain clients that only want to fuck with me. We can curse.
Okay.
They be like, I gotta talk to you directly. I'll be like, all right, man, what's up?
Yeah.
What do you think? I'm like, we just talked about this, bro. Like, he's like, I need to know. I need to hear from you. I'm like, all right, man, relax. This is what I think. And then like, okay. Same thing, my man.
Because of your relationship. You have that relationship.
Because we've been together 20 years. Like, you know, like they know me from like way back when. I had a deal in December. We did 5 deals to close 1 deal.
Okay.
And he was like, yo, you lead on this. Like, I need you. I know him 30 years, but he was like, this other guy who said he could do it, didn't do it. I'm about to lose $1 million. I need you to pull it through. So I was like, all right, man, let's go. Let's do it. And then I explained it. And, the good thing is having a good team. Like, you know, I also have like attorneys that work with me that I'll be like, yo, you got to block the day out. He'll be like, why? I'll be like, we're closing 5 deals with 1 client. The day has to be blocked. He's coming to the office. We got to do it all. And, you know, it's 5 deals, right? They're like, all right, I'm down.
I mean, they're going to get paid on it.
Yeah, exactly. So he was like, all right, fine. I was like, Friday, we all got to be here. And we made it happen. And he's happy. His wife's happy. He bought a nice house in the Hamptons.
No, relationships is key with other real estate entities.
Yeah. Having a good team is helpful. Title people, attorneys, other agents. I mean, sometimes I feel, my limited opinion is that sometimes feel a little unrealistic. I think I come from the lending part, so I know what the next step is. You know, an agent be like, oh, we got an offer accepted. Oh, we closing. I'm like, nah, man, you gotta do the inspection, and then you gotta do the appraisal. Oh, it's not appraising. I'm like, whoa, there's an illegal stove downstairs. Like, you gotta take, like, you know, like I'm coaching them, and I'm like, my man, you should know this.
So the thing is, you know, and I mean, you know, you've been in this business for a while.
Yeah.
And, you know, being an agent is hard, especially if this is your only job.
Yeah.
And like, let's say, for instance, you know, you've been working with this client for months and, oh my God, you got an accepted offer. Yeah. It's like, okay, what do we do now? You know, it's like,
what's now?
You've been showing like 20, 30 apart houses. And it's like, now that you finally got accepted offer, it's like, okay, I want to close. But you from the lending side is, okay, yes.
Now we starting.
Now we're starting.
Yeah. Unless you got a guy with cash, then you go do your thing. Yeah. Post tomorrow. You know, they'll get title clear. I think lately, what's been slowing certain things down for me has been really the titles and appraisals. More than
they're busy.
Yeah, the appraisals.
They're busy.
Bugging out.
They're busy.
They're not just busy though. They're we need $300 extra for it. I'm like, yo, go ahead, man. Go ahead. Just come on. Let's get it.
I got an appraisal for Sunday and the dude charged me $750 for a 3-family. And he's like, oh, you got me coming out on a Sunday. I said, okay. You know,
I'll give you one better. I paid $3,000 for an appraisal, but I got it on a Friday to a Monday.
Oh, I was about to say.
$2 million property. He's
exactly.
like, I was like, I need it Monday. What it is? He was like, he's 3. Because I needed that deal to close a bigger deal.
Got it.
So I was like, yo.
He was like, so that deal was supposed to fund another deal.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, I had a domino effect. It was a good. December was a crazy month for me. I was crazy. So speak to David, one of my financial advisors. Yeah. He's like, yo, you gotta see this guy. He sent me the video.
He sent you the video?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's talk about the New York mixer and tell me how it started and tell people what it is. I'm a sponsor for the next one, so I wanted to have you on the show and talk about it a little bit. So what started it? How did you conceive it?
Right. So I'm like, I have a promoting background history, right? So I wanted to find a way, how could I like social gathering events, right? Mm-hmm. So I said, let me find a way to kind of intertwine real estate and also people together to network, right? So I started first as a home buying seminar.
Okay. How'd that go?
It was cool. A lot of people came to get information on, buying a house and, the difference between condos and co-ops, So, but I felt like people was like, okay, Curtis, enough is enough. We want to know how to get the property. So, or, how to become a broker or become a real estate agent. So it kind of speed up quick.
It evolved. Right. I got you.
So we started with about maybe like 15 or 20 people.
Okay.
Then it got to like 80. Then it got to 100. Then I noticed it wasn't people that were first-time homeowners anymore. It was brokers and agents coming out.
Okay.
So I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here?
Yeah.
So I allowed it to evolve, just naturally, because as business, as an entrepreneur, you start with one vision, and then sometimes as time goes on, it kind of starts, flourishing in its own way.
So it's changing.
And you just let it go.
Yeah.
And then what I noticed that entrepreneurs, small business owners, started coming to the event as well.
Yeah.
Because they was kind of like, meeting brokers, realtors, lawyers to get, deals for themselves. So I said, okay, let's just let it go. And then I started this about, I want to say about 4 years ago.
Okay.
And
2018.
And I used to do it every, once a month.
Okay.
For free. No
and different
charge.
Venues.
Different venues. So I started it downtown Brooklyn at this place called 333 Lounge, which was a small, nice venue. And then 250 Ashland was a luxury rental building. And then they had a market downstairs called the Gotham Market.
Okay.
So I did it there. And then from there, I took it to the Tillery Hotel, which was like closer to the Brooklyn Bridge.
Nice.
Then from there, I took it to TGA, which is in Manhattan on the west side of, it was like right by what is it called? Madison Square Garden.
Okay.
On 8th Ave.
Okay.
And then from there, COVID hit.
Okay. And I'm sure people are still saying, what can we do? What can we do?
So, I try to kind of still, I still try to start the event again, but I needed...
Did you try to do any Zoom events?
No.
That's not bad. Listen, I was part of an organization. I'm not going to say their name because they'll come at me. But when COVID hit, they were like, yo, you got to do Zooms and we got to charge people. I'm like, what? I was like, my man,
You're losing out on the networking, like the one-on-one contact. So I wanted to keep it that way. I wanted to keep that element.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to do Zoom. I mean, maybe I could have, but to keep the momentum. But I think not doing it for a while made people miss the event.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I told you, right? I was at lunch the other day with the credit facility, like an investor, a big bank. And they're like, yo, thanks for taking lunch with me. And I was like, what's up, man? He was like, I'll do lunch every week, he said. He's like, I'm usually in my house all day by myself. He's like, everybody's doing Zoom. He was like, yo, I'll come out anytime you want me to come out. I was like, all right, man, we'll do lunch once a month. Relax.
Yeah, it's not personal anymore. So people are missing that interaction.
Yeah, that authenticity and that energy. That I think that's the big thing. We talk about that a lot. Energy begets energy. And I think that one thing that did attract me to your event, and one of the reasons I wanted to sponsor it was because it's not so much a real estate event as much as an entrepreneur event. And an entrepreneur to me is anybody who believes in their dream and is trying to make it happen. So that could be a guy who sells shoelaces. It doesn't matter, like, but I'm hustling shoelaces. I like conversations like that.
Listen, I'm from Brooklyn, and I grew up in Wingate Park, and I seen people selling, mangoes, juices, anything you could think of
to survive.
Right. Yeah. And I like the hustle spirit. I used to sell T-shirts and do-rags in college to support my daughter. So, that entrepreneurship I wanted to keep in at the events, and I want all people to people to come in and feel I don't want them to feel intimidated by somebody in a suit or a lawyer or a contractor. I want them to come in so that at least they could engage with somebody on a certain level where, hey, listen, yeah, I do this, but you know what? Maybe in a couple of years I might want to buy this or do that. So I wanted to keep that authenticity.
Yeah, well, I got you, brother.
For the event, and guess what? People love it.
Yo, man, I think the most important thing is what people don't understand, and sometimes I forget too, is that you never know what you're gonna need, right? So I bought the house, the second house in May, and I mean, these are first world problems, I know, but I need a pool designer. I need, I know it sounds stupid, but these are the things. You need to know somebody. Yo, pools. I could pay a guy today. He cannot start till next year.
Right.
That's how backed up pools are right now. Just FYI. These are things that I need to know.
Because they don't know when another lockdown gonna come down.
No, because so many people, when they got locked down, instead of going on vacation, they're like, we gotta stay home. Well, I need a pool. I need this. It became super busy. The guy was like, yo, I can take your money today, but I can't come back for a year. So, and I was like, all right.
That's what I noticed too. A lot of apartments that I rent, a lot of high luxury rental apartments.
Right. In Brooklyn or Manhattan or both? Both. Okay.
Everything with a balcony, anything with a rooftop, gone. Yeah. It's gone. Space. Those apartments go quick.
Space, bro. Space. I don't know if it's coming, but if it is, I'll hit you on it. I might have a penthouse coming up on the Upper East Side. Crazy outdoor patio, 4-bedroom, 5-bathroom. I think he wants 5, but we can probably get it for like 3.5, maybe 4.
Investment purposes or just?
No, we're selling it. We're selling it.
Yeah, okay. I'll be like, listen,
we're selling it. We're selling it. Right. That's why we're doing it. Yeah. But this is a client that I've done other work for, and like I said, they know you. No, I want you to handle it. Because I trust you. Because I don't even have to look. Like one guy told me, he's like, I don't have to look at the papers if it's you. If it's somebody else. We're talking about multi-millions.
Yeah.
He's like,
you build that trust.
This ain't $10. He's like, yo, even 10,000. He's like, it's like a mill. It's like, no, I'm not playing. I need to know that the people handling my business handle like there's theirs. And it's flattering. It's also a big responsibility.
It is,
right? So you're like, yo, all right, cool. When I started having dreams about that one client in December, I told my wife, yo, I gotta get rid of this guy. We gotta do this deal. This deal is driving me crazy because I would wake up dreaming about the fucking deal. I'm like, because you talk about, they talk, I'm gonna lose $1 million. I'm like, you're not gonna lose $1 million. Relax. But until it's done,
right?
You gotta handle.
I mean, listen, I always tell people, I always say that if the biggest thing is being transparent, and if you find clients that trust you, you gotta treat it like personally, like it's your deal.
You earn their trust, first of all, but I think I posted something today. I post a lot of my thoughts on Twitter, and then I throw them on Instagram. And the one thing that, so in sports, just to use that, because I know you use sports, and shout out to your daughter, she plays basketball.
Yeah.
I saw that. Sports, the metric is points, steals, rebounds, whatever,
stats.
That's the metric, stats, right? In business, it's closings. So your business is your metric. And your business speaks for you, even when you're not in the room. And that's what I like to try to tell the younger guys coming up. Because they like, I posted something a couple of years ago about the number one originators right now are in their 40s and 50s.
Right.
Yo, I got mad. All the young guys, I'm gonna come for you, I was like, yo, my man, you can come for me. But I haven't stopped. So I would have to go to sleep for 20 years. Yes. You would have to work really hard
to catch up.
Like me, just to get to where I'm at. Then I'd wake up again and crush you.
Wow.
But it's because people don't, they see that. I was talking to my other boy about this. People see the highlight reel. Like they see, Omar's doing $10 million deals. I'm like, yo, but I know that guy 30 years. My first deal was, I remember my first deal, $108,000. That was my first loan ever.
And that was what, 30 years ago?
Damn, bro, no. It was 06. 30 years ago. Damn, bro. No. But like 15 years ago.
15 years ago.
But I remember that. I remember my first listing. You remember all that shit.
Yeah, it's exciting when when you first get that deal, you get so pumped up and you just want to market it, or you just want to get the deal done, and it's like, okay, what's next?
Yeah. Where is everybody?
What's next? Once it's done, you get the job like, okay, what's next?
Where's everybody? Yeah, that's the one thing with real estate especially, I think because the market got hot again, and I think lending got easier, it got very popular again.
Yeah.
I do feel that we're going to start seeing a downward trend on that because lending is tightened up a little bit, but interest rates are starting to creep up. So that's going to slow shit down.
The interest rates going on. Why do you think?
Inflation. They have to curb inflation. And then I know that everybody was pushing those values last year, and you're getting a lot of short appraisals.
I'm seeing now, I'm noticing a lot of, I'm seeing market value now of properties. Before there was maybe like over 200,000-300,000, but now it's like, okay, you see them almost at the same price points now. I'm like, okay,
things are slowing down.
It's cooling down.
I mean, people are still trying to get theirs. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I have people that they want above ask, best, highest and best. I had a deal we closed. I'll tell you the story. We closed it in like December last year, and so this was the deal. It was a small house. It was in like Rockland. My wife was the realtor on the deal, but I coached her, and so I think the sales price they wanted $425.
Okay.
The house was small. I knew it wasn't coming.
One family.
Yeah, small one family. I was like, okay. I was like, all right, let's do this. We'll go $425. My client's putting down 50% because I just sold her house in the Bronx. So cash is not an issue. I was like, but if it doesn't appraise, the max we'll give you is $390. So that's what I said. I was like,
it's like a bet.
yeah. Because I knew because I'm in the bank, right? So I know.
Right.
I'm like, what do you think about that? And they were like, all right, bet.
So they wanted $425.
They wanted $425, appraised for $375.
Okay.
But I gave him $390.
Okay, yeah.
Right? So I was like, we both take an L.
We both, right.
But my client was fine. My client was like, I want the house. I was like, just relax.
Relax.
So then the other realtor hits me up. She was like, oh, when the appraisal came back at $375, she was like, listen, my client can't go lower than $410. And I said, listen, Karen, I'm just using Karen. You know why. In the contract it says $390. So unless you're going to breach contract and we sue you, we're going to close $390. She's like, oh, I didn't know that. I was like, well, yo, read your contract.
I'm about to say, why she didn't read the contract?
Oh, no. But that's the game. That's what I'm running.
Wow.
That's what we see out. That's what I see out here because I've been in the game a long time, and I deal with the lending. So I look at all the things. So that was just a very surprising thing. I was like, we're not having a conversation. We're not negotiating. I was like, $390. And if you don't, we can sue you for breach of contract.
Oh, but she didn't see the contract at $390.
She said the attorneys did that without her knowing. I was like, all right.
You see, that's why it's so important as a broker, as an agent, you gotta wear all hats in the deal.
Yeah,
that's why.
If you want to know the deal, right? That's the thing. You should know your deal as much as you can. I think that people just want to sit back and be like, yo, when we closing, be like, yo, why don't you help it close? The client's not being responsible for bank statements. So I'm just using an example. Right. Yo, can you just text them or call them? Hey man, what's up? You can help.
You're the person. You're the one actually orchestrating the deal. That to me, that's why I say if you sit back and relax, guess what? Remember, the lawyer has other deals on the table as well. The bank has other deals on the table. So guess what? They'll get to your deal when they get there.
It's not going to be a priority unless you make it a priority, right? And that's
100%.
And there's a way to do that too. Like I know realtors in the game that get a little crazy with it, and I've told us, yo, we can't work together. You bugging? Like, calm the fuck down. Wow. But other guys, they know. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to get it done. This is the issue. Oh no, another lender. It's always the lender's fault. I'm like, all right, man. Well, go ahead. Good luck, man. Good luck. Because I used to, but not anymore. Right. I'm like, yo, man, I can't. Good luck with that. So, as you can tell, I've been in the game a little while. I got a lot of stories. I can go on for days, but I like talking to people about the business because people think it's just, a simple thing. It's just like, oh, I saw it, I want it, I got it.
No, that's just the beginning.
Yeah, people get outbid all the time. I have 3 clients right now looking at one of my agents. They're getting outbid everywhere, man. And it's not by a lot, but it's enough.
Over asking.
Yeah.
A little bit over asking.
Well, the issue becomes over asking, and then if you don't read the fine print, then, you're negotiating at the appraisal anyway. But, some people will tie you up, get into contract, and then, try to renegotiate later, and then, it's just a waste of time.
No.
But I see a lot of that too. I'm like, yo, why would you, oh, well, my realtor said. I'm like, all right, well, we can't lend you. Can you lend us more than the house is worth? I'm like, no, we don't do that here.
No, you got to come up with the rest.
Yeah, we don't do that here, right? So how much do you have in your reserves, and are you willing to put the difference? And then you have to have that conversation about it becomes like I had one client, no problem paying 50 over asking because it was by the school district, it was by the train, it hit the buttons for him. He was like, I'm okay with that. And that's a regular person.
Right.
Then you have another, why am I paying more? I'm like, you signed that. You said, when we said you want to make the offer, you said over ask whatever they want. You can't just back up on that now.
Yeah.
That becomes the issue. What do you feel in your experience has been a challenge during post-COVID with your negotiations with buying and selling real estate?
I think it's more of getting in contact with, the negotiation part or just...
The negotiation part, right? You're going to say that getting the listing agents on the phone?
Sometimes getting the listing agents.
What do you think about that?
It's bad, man. It's like...
But I have an opinion about it. I want to hear your opinion about it.
I just feel like if you have a listing, right, and I have to, go through Zillow and Trulia and then MLS and I can't find, you're not picking up the phone, you're not accessible. It's like, what are you in the business for? Yeah. That's just my personal opinion. Me, if I have a listing... You could call me, text me, email me, find me on Instagram. You're gonna get access to me. You're gonna find me.
Yeah.
But I feel like some of these people, it's hard to find.
Yeah. The issue I feel, in my limited opinion, my small opinion, my humble opinion, especially in the Bronx, right? Like, so the listing agents want to get both sides, and I get it. I get it. Hold on, let me finish. I get it, boys. But velocity of capital. Like, how long are you gonna hold on to that thing? And who are you really serving there? You're not really serving. Exactly. You're not serving your client.
You're not serving your client. No,
you're not doing your fiduciary responsibility, which is helping market the property, give him all the offers, and helping him navigate what's a good offer and what's a bad offer.
You're doing a disservice to your client.
Absolutely.
Because you're not, he's not, and also too, you got to understand what is the situation of the seller, right? You don't know if he needs to sell. You don't know if he needs to move. You don't know his family condition. So you actually just holding on to that property because you don't want to co-broke.
Right.
You're doing a disservice. Yeah. So that's why with my company at the Corcoran Group, we are part of this firm called Rebney, Real Estate Board of New York.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
So a lot of top firms or several firms are part of this board. Mm-hmm. So now if you're a part of this board, you have to co-broke no matter. I don't care if it's, they don't care if your commission is 4%, 5%, 6%, you have to split the commission. Okay. But what happened is a lot of brokers aren't part of that Rebney board. Mm-hmm. So they don't have to co-broke.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just basically to level the playing field.
Yeah. But if they're not part of the board, does Manhattan have an MLS?
No, not really. Right. No, we don't have MLS.
So everything is like, what's the shit we've been using? Because I have somebody looking in Manhattan right now.
OLR, Taxi.
A lot of LoopNet.
LoopNet is more for like commercial.
A lot of Street Easy.
We use Street Easy.
A lot of Street Easy. Mm-hmm. I use HGAR because I'm in Long Island, Bronx, and Westchester. They're in Manhattan now because they bought out BMAR, which is Borough Manhattan and the Bronx. Okay. But I mean, New York State MLS is a cheap one.
Yeah. But that one doesn't even cover Manhattan. Some of them covers more like Brooklyn, Queens, Long Island. So
does Corcoran have their own MLS?
Yeah, it's called. Well, we used to be called Taxi, but now it's called Resources.
Okay.
So now it's accessible to other brokers in Manhattan.
Okay.
It's quick. Yeah, it's quick, but it's hard, man. Especially when you're not getting access and the person don't want to pick up the phone and like, hey, listen, we don't co-bro. I'm like, what are you doing this for? Right. For yourself or for the?
So you've had that conversation?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Okay. I mean, sometimes I don't get my emotions involved. At the end of the day, I got to keep it moving. Yeah. But sometimes, like, listen, what are you in the business for? Are you taking care of your client or for your pockets?
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, all right. No problem.
Yeah, that's tough, man. You deal with a lot of people in this business, and what I was talking to my previous guest on was like the abundance mindset, right? Like, there's more than enough money for everybody. If you do the right thing.
Yeah, 100% of zero is still zero.
Absolutely. Well said. Well said. Yeah. It's 100% zero. Like if you miss all the shots, you ain't gonna get none. It's true. It's true. So tell me about going back to your events. How many have you had?
I mean, I did it.
Rough. I'm not holding you to it.
Let me see. 12, I'm probably like 40 of them.
What's the most people at what the venues? What's the most you've ever had?
Probably like 210, 220.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. All right. And what do you project for the 24th of this year?
We're doing this month.
Where are we
February
doing it? We'll tell the camera where we're doing it because that's why we're on the show.
For the next one is February 24th at 550 Vanderbilt. It's at this
that's a luxury building, right?
It's a luxury building. Yeah. In Brooklyn, downtown Brooklyn. Free event. You could catch it on his Eventbrite. I mean on his Instagram.
Yeah, yours. Yeah.
Or my Instagram. And it's right now so far we have about I'm gonna say 250 RSV, 231 RSVPs.
Okay. How many sponsors do you have?
We have about 6 sponsors.
Okay.
So we could talk about them?
Yeah, let's talk about them.
All right, cool.
Absolutely.
So
everybody.
One of my sponsors actually sold me one of my houses. His name is Carlos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Guerriera.
That's dope.
Yeah, he has his own brokerage firm called Insta Homes.
Okay.
So he's definitely one guy you need to meet.
Okay.
I have this woman called Jacqueline Gathers. She owns her own home inspection company.
Nice.
Yeah, she's the only black woman in the New York tri-state to have her own.
Is she primarily
inspection.
in like Brooklyn, Manhattan, or she go everywhere?
Everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, everywhere.
Good to know. I need somebody like that too.
Yeah. Also, I have Crystal Young. She's one of my real estate attorneys that does a few of my deals.
Okay. Is she out of Brooklyn?
No, she's out of Long Island.
Okay.
I have Karina Tom. She does equity. What was it? Title.
Yeah, she does title. First equity title, I believe.
First equity titles.
Yeah, I've seen her in other events. I know who she is. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So she's been in the business for over like 30 years.
Don't age her, bro. She's been in the business a little bit.
All right, she's been in the business for a while. For a little while.
I said a little bit. He said a while. Same thing. Okay.
Who else I have? I have Rodney Lewis. He's a senior loan officer.
Where?
In United Mortgage in Long Island.
United Mortgage Corp?
Yeah.
Okay. I know those people. Yeah.
He's in, and then I got you.
Yeah. No, you have somebody else. You have Meadowbrook.
Meadowbrook. He's one of my partners. So
Okay.
Meadowbrook Financial Mortgages. They've been with me since day one.
Okay.
So they're kind of like been
they're
there
in,
for
they're in.
there for a while.
That's
right.
dope,
So
that's
I don't consider them sponsor, but more like my partners in the business.
Yeah. As long as you're giving value to everybody, I think it should be a good look. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't been in what's the last thing I did?
How long has it been?
Like in a big event. I went to an installation recently. It was like 150 people there. I'm not gonna lie to you though, I've been avoiding a lot of big events.
Why?
Just being strategic because, when I was in Cancun last year, I came back, we had COVID, the whole family.
Got it.
And that shit throws everything off. It's not even, I'm not disrespecting the people who got really affected by it.
Right.
It was like a bad flu for me. But
It hit people different.
But 2 weeks or you gotta stay in the house. Like it just throws everything off. Like you can't leave,
Yeah.
It becomes the thing. So like that's why I was like, oh well, strategically I'll go out. I just came back from Miami. Meanwhile, I'm not going out. But that became the thing. Everybody, you're vaccinated. You do everything you can to do right.
Right.
And just gotta be smart with your with your decisions. I mean, as you saw it, nobody in the Super Bowl had a mask on. Everybody was chilling. California is a mask zone, so
right.
I don't know about that.
I think in New York too, they kind of they stopped the mandate.
It's not mandated anymore. Yeah. It's not mandated, and people are dying to not have a mask on.
Yeah, I mean, remember we haven't worn masks in like how many years? We don't wear masks, so this is so this is not normal for us.
Yeah, it's foreign. Yeah,
foreign.
Yeah, it's foreign. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of the sponsors definitely get value. A lot of the attendees definitely get value because you're able to interact with professionals that have been in the business for so long.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know where to start with their business.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially and also entrepreneurs. It's hard for an entrepreneur. They work a 9 to 5, and some of them want to go out and network. They don't sometimes get that interaction or get that person's time to sit down and actually speak to them or network or even pick their brain.
Yeah, a lot. I think I find a lot of people. I have a thing on Calendly where people pay for 30-minute consultations. Yeah, and I try to do what I can for free, and I try to talk to everybody. And to me, using social media is a way for me to talk to 20,000 people at one shot, right? So I don't have to repeat myself 20,000 times, and I try to give value. I talk about my come up a lot because I just want people to know that not everybody's story is different, and nobody starts with everything, right?
Right, and like you said, everybo's story is different.
Yeah, everybody's story, and I mean, if we get deep into it in terms of our upbringings and how if our family members didn't have a lot growing up, you say I want to do this and I'm gonna make this, and they're like, no, you're not. Don't do that. Do this. This is safe. And it becomes a shackle. And people don't understand that the limiting mindset that was imprinted in your ancestors because of the circumstances they had to come through.
Right.
You have to break free of that, and it's not a shame on them.
It's not a shame because they did what's best. They did what
they had to do
at that time.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you understand, back then they didn't have internet. They didn't have resources. They had anything they had to look up was like in a newspaper or word of mouth. Now we're in an era now where you could pick up your phone and find out what's going on in China.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And make a decision.
And education is a big thing. Like financial literacy, I think for our people, and when I mean people, I mean most people. most people just don't have financial literacy, and they don't understand, like, I can buy a house 3% down. Or
a lot of people didn't know that back then.
Yeah. Everybody thought you need 20% and, like perfect credit. And this is so much bad information. And I believe that the sharing of information is what's important, and the sharing of positive events. And I'm not saying just be braggadocious or arrogant. I'm saying, if I did this, you could do this.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That I become the example
or initiate.
Like,
the guy took initiative.
The guy's Spanish. He from Puerto Rico. He grew up in the hood. He could do that. You could do that. But I mean, obviously you have to put the work in. But you could do that. But one time, my boy, it's his birthday today. Shout out to Joe. He gave me an award. Right? He gave me an award, and he owns a very successful karate school in the Bronx. And I was very taken aback. I was like, "Yo, man, give me an award for it, bro. You're my man. Like, thank you."
Right.
And he was like, "Yo, you don't understand, man. These little kids, they see you. You're not an athlete. You're not a singer, but you're successful, and they have to see that. They have to see that people like them can do things like this." And that really woke me up. That was like 4 or 5 years ago. He was like, they don't see that. Like, you go on TV, you don't see that. Like, he's like, there's not enough of representation of us for them to inspire them. Like, for them to, you get the rarity, right? You get the rare kid that no matter what's gonna make it. But what about the 8 other kids that could have made it, but for some reason they just said, nah, I don't see it, I don't believe it, I'm not doing it.
Right. People don't understand that their environment is their reality. So if they see you, doing something positive, they might see it on. I mean, the social media plays a big role. It does, but if you're in their their neighborhood and they could see it and they could physically see you and interact with you, that's a better chance of showing them a positive. It's real, right?
Social media to me is a highlight film. I was telling my other boy about it. It's the highlight film. You don't see the bad stuff. You don't see the 18 years it took to get where we're going. All they see is, he funded that, he did this, he did that. And of course, you want to celebrate your victories, but you take some L's too, and the L's are okay.
Oh, I took a lot of L's.
We take L's, and that's all right. It just gets us ready closer to the next W. That's the way I see it. And L's, you learn from them. If you learn from them, they're good for you.
Right. Sometimes it's hard to learn from the L's, but you can't get to the next level if you don't learn that L.
Yeah. You gotta learn the L, and you gotta be okay with failing big. I tell my kids always, fail forward. If you're gonna fail forward. Fuck it. You fall on your face, but you're close to your objective.
I tell people that all the time. Listen, I mean, I speak to my family members, my friends. Listen, I fail a lot. Okay. But I got here because I'm not scared now. If an opportunity comes, I'm not scared to jump on it. Because if I fail, I'm not saying I'm used to the failure, but I'm okay with it because, like you said, I'm moving one step forward to what I want to do.
Yeah.
Perfect example. When I did the first mixer for this year, everybody's like, Curtis, what are you doing?
When was that, in January?
In January. Okay. We didn't know if they was going to,
anybody could show up.
Anybody could show up. We don't know if they're going to go in another lockdown, but I said, you know what? I'm going to be the first one to do it. Because I don't see nobody else doing the events. I don't see nobody making these social events. I say, F it. I'm going to.
That's right.
Let's try it.
Yeah.
And it worked. Okay. So it's like, I'm not scared.
Was that the same event at the same venue?
Same venue.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool,
yeah.
Cool,
So I wasn't afraid to take the first, to take the first leap. So I always tell entrepreneurs, man, listen, don't be afraid. If you have an idea, just put it out there. Try it. Even if you took a loss, or even if it wasn't professional or it wasn't perfect, at least you could tweak it or try again. But people are so afraid to get in the game. They just want to stand in the stands and watch.
Yeah,
I'm okay with it.
I'd rather die. You saw Tom Brady Man in the Arena. You know the Theodore Roosevelt quote.
Yes,
about the man in the arena. Right, same concept. And there's another quote that I live by, which is application beats theory every time. Meaning application beats theory. Applying it.
Applying it.
Yeah, doing it. Right. Doing it. Like, oh shit, I fucked up. Oh, but you know what? I did that, and I saw at this point, if I went this way, it would have worked. Go back to it.
Try it.
In theory, things never work out. Reality is what you make it. So people will always tell you, because they have their own limiting mindsets, hey man, you can't do that. Like when I got into banking, there was no Figueroas in banking. There was no Omars.
Right.
There, like if my last name didn't start with it's, they weren't messing with you. But I got recruited by somebody who saw something in me, and then I got into it. I learned the game, and I played the game better than other people. And I play the game my way, which is a way to connect with people from my place, my space, and I keep it real with them. I'm like, yo, this is the product we're using. We're using it for this purpose. As soon as we do this is the next step. Like I give them the whole blueprint, where other people just want to make that check, and just lead the client to his own.
Right.
It's a
transparency.
It's a responsibility, man. It's a responsibility. Like when I lend somebody like private money, it's a marriage because it's our money. So like anything goes wrong, I get the call. I got to call them and hey, what's going on? You're like, you got to work it out. It's not just, oh, I sold it to Citibank. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's a little different. But it works. It works if you do it right. If you don't do it right, if you think that's like a credit card, that's when a lot of people fall apart.
Right.
You know, you gotta be in and out. You gotta reposition your asset. You gotta be out. But people don't tell you that. The lenders, especially, won't tell you that.
Because they know with the underwriter, right? Like
they'll be like, oh, we'll take your property, no problem. That's the game. Wow. That's the game it was before I got here.
Wow. No, that's scary.
That's the game. But that's the game. That's the game that I play in. I'm like, look, guys, it's serious. If you need help, this is what we could do. This is what I would tell you to do. We close, reposition your asset, fix your credit. You know, I give them the plan.
That's good, though.
You got to execute this or you're going to be in trouble in 12 months. No, we good. All right. And usually I have a 90% ratio. 1%, you know, they think they're smarter than everybody else. They play that game. I'm like, all right, man, well, good luck then.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no, look, listen, there's some people you can't teach. You know, be teachable is one thing. If I tell you, yo, this is what's going to happen. No, it's not. No, it's not. Okay. I'm not going to fight with you. I'm like, okay. All right, this is what I do for a living.
Yeah, you do your due diligence, and then at the end of the day, you know, it's up to them. They sign the con.
I do this for a living. I'm telling you. No, it's not. I'm like, you're a doctor. If I was sick, I would ask you for your opinion. I'm a lender. I'm telling you, this is what's going to happen. I've had doctor clients that be like, oh no, and then later on, all right, Omar, you were right. All right, I'm sorry, and we fix it like that. But this happens all the time, man. All right, so the mixer, the 24th.
Yep.
What else can we talk about? What else is going to happen in the mixer? We're going to be there, our media teams. Right. It's going to be incredible.
So what we're going to do first is I like to just ask sometimes the attendees, you know, what's on your mind, like meaning, show them how to network, because some people come in there intimidated. They don't know how to move in a room. Right. So we just we give them some tips on how to network.
That's cool. That's good.
Yeah. That's good, give them tips on how to network. We also talk about the real estate market and what's happening. Mm-hmm. We'll get some information from mortgage lenders on the interest rates, any new products that's coming out, or any products that could help you as a first time home buyer. Right. Attorneys, we'll give you some. Well, not me,
the attorneys give legal advice. I got you.
Legal advice.
You just thought about your real estate exam right there. Don't give legal advice.
No.
Yeah, I got you.
It's just an open platform for people to kind of ask questions that they kind of was on their mind, so that they could feel comfortable. Also, too, we give our entrepreneur information where how to navigate social media, how to network. I mean, how to use email marketing, how to use text message marketing, all that. Yeah.
You sent me a thing like that, right? About text messaging. You said use this platform. Yeah, I remember that. that.
I used to use it for my parties.
Yeah. Well, no, but texting is intimate. People respond to texts more than emails. Yeah, right. They respond to it, and it builds like a community. Mm-hmm. It's good like that. Are you gonna do like? Do you have like a Facebook group or anything?
No, you see, I want to get into that.
Next.
Yeah,
that's next. You got to organize that. You got to organize that. You got to organize your Facebook group, and maybe. I mean, look, man. I'm a businessman at heart, so I always look at things. I'm like, yo, you could do this, you could do that. You could NFT that shit. You could.
You know what's funny? My brother said that I should NFT the mixer, where somebody buys it and then that'll give you like lifetime access to like all the sponsors.
That's a thought.
And like to merch and to products and to like events out of the mixer. Mm-hmm. Like my brother said, he said that to me. I was like, wow.
I mean, the entrepreneur mixer, you could take it to the next level if you give enough value, where you can make a members only platform where people become members and they have access to people directly. Like, there's a lot of ways to do it. Like, I haven't even been to one yet, but me, I look at it, I'm like, oh, word, you could do this, you could do that. But that's just me. I'm a businessman. I like
that. My brother said the same thing too, man. I'm trying to. I don't know a lot about the NFT world, but I gotta kind of tap into that.
Yeah. I mean, that's a little down there, but I mean, I guess once we check out the event, we'll see what's up, because like I said, if it goes well, I gave you the Bronx place we could have it at.
Yes.
You can house up to 500 people there. He has 4 different rooms.
Yeah. I saw that. I was like, wow, it looked like they do a lot of like weddings and sceneries.
Yeah, but there's a room there that has an outside with a waterfall. There's a downstairs cellar where you have a private lunch. Yeah. You have the outside. He owns the whole block. It's my client.
No, it looks nice.
And you see parking.
And you see things like this is all about networking. See, like if I would have never met you, you'd have never gave me an idea, right? So a lot of people take that as consideration when they come to these events. There's people that come to my events that were at one firm, right? Mm-hmm. They quit that firm. They joined together with another broker and they built their own brokerage firm. Mm-hmm.
Right. They meet somebody else of like-mindedness and it just happens like that. Yeah, that happens, man. Look, it's called masterminding, right? You mastermind together. You have a group of people with like thinking and you make shit happen. Mm-hmm. And that's what I think networking really is. I mean, as long as, like you treat it the same way. It's like some people always go there to take. You got to go with the mindset of giving.
You have to give.
Yeah, what can I give you? Free advice? Yo, I got you. What do you, where would I go with that? Yo, this is where I would go. I was talking to my other boy at the last podcast I had, and I've grown to I have a certain community now that loan officers hit me up. My first commercial deal. It's a 6-family in Connecticut. It's this amount. Where would you go with that? I'd be like, all right, this is where I would go. This is the bank I would use. Call my guy, see if he gets you done. And I feel good about that. I feel good about that because maybe one day they'll be able to help me.
I think about you because you did it because you was genuine.
Out of love, man. It's love. The game is love. Like if you help build each other,
right.
When you look around, you have resources. If you just take from each other, when you look around, it'll be depleted. Like I said this at the last podcast, if you scorch the earth, there's nothing. Yeah. There's nothing to grow from, right? So you can't scorch the earth. You gotta nourish it. You gotta nourish it, and you gotta nourish your relationships. I think that's what the mixer should be about. It should be about meeting people from different professions to give you real advice, right. With no obligation. And that becomes the thing, the obligation part, where people are like, oh, I don't want to ask the questions. No, man, it's free. That's what we're here for.
And that's the reason why I want to keep it free, because a lot of people tell me, Curtis, the value that you're giving to these people, you should be charging $150 to $200. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I started it as a free event. Mm-hmm. I'm going to keep it a free event. I'll figure out on how to take care of the venues and expenses and everything like that. But I'd rather keep, that's what kept me doing the event.
Right.
I wasn't in it to charge people. I don't want to do that.
Right.
I want somebody that, hey, has an idea, or somebody that was thinking about getting a real estate license, somebody that was thinking about getting in banking.
Inspire it.
Just come.
Yeah.
If you have a thought, just come pull up.
Right.
So that you can at least talk to somebody that's been in the game for 5, 20 years, 30 years.
Right.
That was the goal for it. And I want to keep it that way.
Give people access.
Yeah. Because think about it, it's hard enough already. You work a 9 to 5, you got to pay rent, you have a child or whatever.
Yeah.
You got expenses. And now you want to start a business, and now I got to go to this event for $150. It's like,
yeah,
I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Some people, it's a lot of money. Yeah,
it is. Especially if you're budgeting,
you gotta be respectful of that. Yeah,
and then rent is going up.
Everything's going up, bro. Inflation's up 7.5% right now,
and it's not coming back down. It's not coming back down. It's not. So.
All right. So listen, if you guys want to talk to us more on the 24th, please, Curtis, talk to the camera and tell them where we're gonna be.
So February 24th, we're gonna be at 550 Vanderbilt Avenue from 6 to 9 p.m. We have parking around the corner, so it's downtown Brooklyn. Tickets is free. You could go on my Instagram, Curtis Quow, and get your ticket.
Are we capping? Like, if we get to a certain number, do we have to stop giving tickets?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
So, all right, we'll leave it open.
We're going to leave it open.
We'll go to the sidewalk and hang out.
Yep. We do want people to come early because the sponsors are going to come early to give out their advice, to give out their, to show them what to, their products and their services, and to give you consultation. So definitely come early. Come at 6 o'clock. Be ready to network. And yeah, let's have fun. Oh, also too, the food is catered by Nikki's Kitchen. Oh my God, her food is amazing.
Off the hook?
Yeah. It's like, I think it's jerk chicken,
is she on
salmon.
Instagram?
Yeah, she's on Instagram. It's called Nikki's Kitchen. She's catering the event.
Okay.
Amazing food.
All right, guys, there you have it. Thank you for joining us. Social media. What's your email? I mean, your Instagram.
My Instagram is Curtis Quow. CurtisQuow. Curtis Quow. And the mix is NYREM.
All right, boys and girls. Thank you.
Thanks.